All right, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video, another quick discussion topic video, because I'm enjoying doing these with you guys, seeing what you guys have to say. So for this one, and be sure to leave your comments, continue to do that. I do appreciate it. Get to see what you guys think. It impacts my view of Walking Dead and where things are at. So the topic for this one is going to be, is Rick Grimes still the GOAT in the Walking Dead television series, universe, Walking Dead overall, really, because you look at the comic book series. In the comic books, Rick was definitely, the primary character, I guess, with Carl there as well, too, later on, kind of in the way things finish off. TV series, obviously different. Chandler Riggs Carl hasn't been in the series for a long time now, since season 8. But is Rick still the OG? Is Rick still the man? If you're talking about Walking Dead, you're talking about who is the overall series or universe protagonist. Who's number one? Is it still Rick, or has Daryl kind of surpassed Rick at this point and taken over to be the Walking Dead's forefront character? It's a tricky question, right? It's been 5 years since we've seen Andrew Lincoln playing Rick Grimes. But definitely now with The Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live, and his return with Denai Guerrero playing Michonne, a lot of people are really excited to get to see Rick return. Does he come back as the greatest Walking Dead character? After season 9, when he has his final episodes, and you get to see things kind of close off for him and his story. And, after that point, you see, I think for me anyway, from viewing, I'd say that for me, the protagonist after Rick is gone feels like it's Daryl. So for me anyway, it depends what you think. Maybe if you're a female viewer, you might see the series through the lens of Carol, maybe, or somebody else, or, I don't know, Judith, maybe later on, or for some of you guys who are younger, maybe Carl was like that series point of view character for you, where, you felt like they were the overall series protagonist. With Walking Dead universe TV series version, it really does, it's really tricky because Andrew Lincoln left. He was kind of the lead up to that point. He's the original character when you get to see the start of The Walking Dead, when you watch the very first episode of The Walking Dead. He's in like the very beginning, waking up from the coma and everything. And the story is told from his point of view. It doesn't feel like originally they intended to have that transition to Daryl, but because Andrew Lincoln had to leave due to, his family being over in the UK and not in the US and everything, he needed an exit point. And so Scott Gimple started to work in the helicopter boy stuff, which sounds like it was a happy accident. It was not originally intended for him to leave in a helicopter in terms of the story. This is something that Helicopter Boy was kind of mentioned. You saw the helicopter at the beginning, and Scott Gimple and his crafty, on-the-spot genius kind of figured out, like, this works for the character, or have him leave in a helicopter, this is what we'll do. And then the CRM came to be later on from what they created. So, comments below, what do you guys think? Does Rick return as The Walking Dead's GOAT? Or do we have to kind of switch and say, no, you know what? He left. Daryl kind of took over. Daryl had his spinoff series. You had, Dead City, Daryl Dixon. He was the lead. Second half, season 9, season 10 mostly, season 11, and then kind of the extended to like almost like a season 12. Daryl sort of took over that role for me anyway. He's carrying out Judith. Similar to Beth, when the, you got the epic final episodes there, The Walking Dead, just freaking epic the way they handled that. So great. So it's a shame that Rick wasn't there for it, but the positive side, to that is that we get to see him return now, and we get to see, how the fan base feels about it. I kind of feel like it this way, like because he was there at the beginning, a lot of viewers, Rick will always be their Walking Dead character, their Walking Dead survivor. He'll always be their favorite. And, regardless of Andrew Lincoln having left later on, they may not have even watched the series after he left, just because like that was their point of view. Their point of view left, so they decided not to continue with it. But we'll see now that he's returning, if those people come back, if, Andrew Lincoln is such a draw as Rick that people are willing to tune in just to see him be there and to see, how his story, unfolds afterwards. for me, I feel like, you know, even though I'm really, really excited to see Rick return and everything, I did love what they did in those last few seasons. I know not everybody did. You know, I got to see day by day the interest in Walking Dead dwindle after Rick left. But for me, I mean, some of the stuff with like Whisperer War and stuff, you know, the Commonwealth and the way they wrap things up there, it's some of the best stuff. The final episode in particular, some of the best episodes of the whole series. And then getting to see the Daryl Dixon spinoff series in France, in Europe, and everything, I think it's been amazing. And for me, I have to say, I think Daryl has kind of pulled ahead, you know, right now. But Rick's return is just happening this weekend. It's just coming up, so that is subject to change for me. So right now, I'd have to go with Daryl as having taken over the main protagonist lead for The Walking Dead. But depending on how good the ones who live is, if it's really that good, like some people are saying, some of the reviews are saying, it's the best Walking Dead's ever been, it's the best since the original series. If that's true, then, you know, I think we can kind of, at least for me in my mind, kind of switch back and say, no, Rick's the GOAT, Rick's the best character, Rick is the original Walking Dead character, he's the key survivor. If you're reading Batman and you got Bruce Wayne, obviously he's going to be the best regardless. Even if other people come in to play, you know, or you know, have an appearance as Batman, like a Dick Grayson Batman. Robin grows up, becomes Batman. Okay, that if you're not with me, you don't know what I'm talking about. That's kind of what it is. He takes over the cowl later. Okay, so that's the idea. Is Daryl Robin? No, I don't think so. So, but I think that he has done such a great job for everything Walking Dead that for me, I think Daryl's taken over kind of the protagonist lead for it. But maybe that's just because I was there for all those, you know, episodes afterwards and thought they were so amazing. And I understand that might not be a popular opinion. So leave the comments below, guys. What do you think about Andrew Lincoln returning as Rick? And is Rick the greatest all-time Walking Dead character, regardless of if he was there or not for the final parts of the original series? Now that we're getting to see him come back in the ones who live. That's it for this video, guys. Thumb it up before you go. Leave a comment before you go, and I'll see you again soon for another Trev saying peace. Later, guys. See you soon.